everyone. It's Angela and Liz again with you guys doing Facebook Live.
Thanks so much for tuning in. We do this every Friday around 2 p.m. and we have a great crew that comes back every week. We are thrilled to give you updates, and we also really... Sorry about that, guys. But we do love hearing from you, especially your comments.
We are thrilled to give you updates.
Sorry, guys. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Sorry.
We're set. Anyhow, this week's question is, there's going to be a few questions, but this one, as I want to see if any of you all watched the Al Smith dinner last night. There's been tons of chatter on our site about the upcoming 2016 election. We're now under 3 weeks away from when everyone will go vote, and I'm sure, as you all know, there was a really contentious debate on Wednesday night, but last night there was this really formal dinner held by a cardinal who basically invites the presidential candidates to come and make fun of themselves and their opponents. So it's really lighthearted, it's super funny. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump both had some really great zingers. So no matter what your political persuasion, it was a fun event. And I really hope you guys have some feedback on that. Who do you guys think won? I don't know, it's probably not supposed to be a winner and a loser, but everybody's wondering who was funnier. So how do you think the candidates did? And also, have any of you voted early? That's starting to happen in states all around the country. Are you voting early?
Yes, actually, I did already mail in my ballot. Yep.
Well, you're a step ahead of me because I have filled out my ballot and it is sitting on my kitchen table. So need to put that in the mail this weekend. But millions of people vote early. If you have, let us know. You don't have to tell us who you voted for. It's a secret ballot, totally fine. But please tell us what motivated you to vote early and how it works in your state. We have Facebook fans in all 50 states, and we would love to hear how it works in different places around the country. So top petitions this week. What should we kick off with?
I'm not sure. Why don't you go ahead?
All right. Okay. Well, actually, we had one kind of blow up last night about Clarence Thomas. If any of you guys live in DC or have visited the DC area or just happen to be history buffs, you know that the new African American Museum of History and Culture was just opened by the Smithsonian. They had 3 days of celebrations. This, building is really cool. It's all layered. It's been under construction for a long time. So finally opening the museum was a huge deal. President Obama was there. Former President Bush was there. It was this giant celebration. And then you walk in and people look around at all these great exhibits and they notice that someone's missing, and people have been pretty upset that Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas was not included. So he's been controversial for a variety of reasons, even now, the way he votes on the court to all the way back when he was confirmed with Anita Hill. There's been a lot of controversy around him, but he's not in the museum. So we received a petition to get him included in the Smithsonian, and just over last night it got 5,000 signatures. So it's definitely something to check out. Lines at the museum are still around the block, so it's very new, it's very popular, it's really cool.
So normally with Smithsonian's, for people who maybe aren't familiar with how all the DC museums work is they're all free to the public, general admission, but because this one has been so anticipated in the area, they've had to be doing tickets.
Oh, wow.
Through their website, but then their website has been crashing, so it's really hard to get in right now for people who are around the area.
Yeah, it's way more popular than anyone anticipated.
Their website has been crashing, so.
It's probably not true. They anticipated it being very popular, but they didn't know it would crash the site. So this has become a big issue in this area, and especially for people who care about history and care about it being retold accurately. The comments we're getting on that petition are really incredible about people who think it was for political reasons, or he should be included, or Alveda King is a pro-life activist and she's not included either. So there's a really lively debate happening about the merits of who gets included in the museum, because obviously space is really limited. There's no possible way to include every person who is historic, but there's a petition to have a sort of popular vote almost to get people in. There's a grassroots push to have people be included. If you're just joining us now, we're here with Stand United, and we're going over the most interesting petitions we've received this week. Another one was totally different from what we just discussed. It's about a school system in Southern Ohio in Wayne County, where a concerned citizen wrote in and said that he is not satisfied with the outcome that's coming from the local school system, so he's asking for an independent audit of Wayne County schools.
Well, that is interesting. That's actually, now the second that we know of?
We've had a couple.
People keep turning to our website to use Stand United as normal just for school board stuff. We had a lady in Charles County, Maryland, who was upset with some of the curriculum that was proposed and used our platform, got over 1,000 signatures. She's been printing them out and using them to go to those school board meetings and being like, hey, I have all this support. We were able to help her target her petition by zip code on Facebook to groups and people that she probably wouldn't have been able to reach out. So that's awesome that we have yet another local petition that's starting to pick up traction, and it's a great way to show ways that people can use petitions to really make a difference. And it just takes that one idea, and nobody's too small to not be able to make a difference. So if there's something that's really bothering you, we can figure out a way to help you, use our site to affect change.
Yeah, she's actually a very interesting case study because this Charles County petition, the Board of Education in that county just had a meeting on Tuesday night. And this petition was used to motivate people to come out to the school board meeting and to participate in the town hall style question and answer. And people came out in droves. I know it's a little interesting. You think, well, maybe I'll put up this petition. I don't know how many people will be interested. It will surprise you. We get petitions about all kinds of topics. We've had petitions about Harambe.
Yeah.
We've had petitions about a selfie stick. Someone was very passionate about their selfie stick rights. So no issue is too small. And if your issue is community-wide, we don't think that's a small thing, because it's not a small thing to people in your community. And there is that real on-the-ground impact when people start showing up at school board meetings and making their voices heard to elected officials with the backing of thousands of petition signatures. That's really cool to see. Instead of someone just going to a school board meeting on their own, they go into a school board meeting and they can show, like, look, I have all these signatures from people who think the same way I do and think that something ought to be changed.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have Facebook comments? Has anybody commented yet?
No.
All right. Well, we want to hear your thoughts about current petitions. We want to hear your thoughts about early voting. Have you done it? Because it is in crunch time before the election. We encourage everyone to get out and vote. Stand United's all about making your voices heard. So, we hope you all take advantage of that.
And we were planning on doing some on location stuff, but you can't really tell, but there's rain going on, so not a good day to go out. I guess it would have been more entertaining that way, but so we are definitely still going to be going into DC soon to just go to locations and show some of you guys where these petitions are aimed towards, that they're real locations. I think it's really easy to think of DC as this big distant place without, and like the IRS and all of these places that actually have buildings with real people going inside. And I think just being able to show those sites is really important to help you and help all of us just remember that these are real places,
Yeah, we also get user-submitted videos on our site. When you build a petition, we'll ask you for a photo or a video. And we got a really interesting video about adoption fraud and seeking justice for people who have been adopted under false pretenses, who are looking for their families who are victims of a fraud crime. And the video actually showed someone who's experienced this, talking about her experiences and what she's been through. And it was started by a man on behalf of his wife, who has experienced this in her own life. So we definitely think you should watch it. And if you have a video that helps make your case, that's a really cool feature of the website that I think most people don't know about. Of course, you don't have to have a video, but if you do, it's really helpful because you'll get lots of clicks, lots of views, and from that will hopefully come lots of signatures. Another petition that we have been following on these Facebook Live chats for quite a while is the petition to defund, not defund, but withhold President Obama's salary while he is campaigning for Hillary Clinton. And that's just such an interesting proposition. I don't know if I've ever heard of a proposal like that beyond StandUnited, but it now has over 250,000 signatures. So something that started as just a person with an idea is now really huge. People are saying he's not spending time in the Oval Office, he's out campaigning for Hillary Clinton, and this is an issue that is way bigger than just President Obama and Hillary Clinton. I know Governor Chris Christie was criticized really heavily for not being in New Jersey while he was out on the campaign trail during his run for the presidency for the GOP nomination. So this is a huge issue that falls under the banner of government reform.
Yeah, and I think this is definitely a good start, to figure out what's the best way for handling it, because obviously politicians do kind of have to campaign a little bit, but how do you balance those two things when you're elected to represent a people, whether it's as president or senator or congressman or whatever? There should be a fine line between what the people who are paying your salary are expected to cover. So I think this is it opens up a very interesting conversation that really I think needs to be had, and that's something else that petitions can do, is just open up a conversation and lead to reform down the line. And if you come up with that idea, then that's awesome.
Yeah, we also have one that was just submitted within the past day or so. I think it's brand new, but all it says is, I will respect the outcome of the 2016 election. There's a lot of talk now about voter fraud, about is the election fair, is it free, and people are saying, I don't know if all candidates will necessarily respect it, but it's a way for people to sign on to a written statement that says, I will, I do believe in this and I will respect it. So if that's a stand you want to take, we certainly hope that you do. And as soon as you do that, all you have to do is type in your name and your email, and you'll immediately have a link to share it to your Facebook network, to your Twitter network if you have one. You can email it to your friends and family. And that's been a really interesting tool for people to say, you might not know my politics, you might not know what I personally believe, but I respect the system that we have in America. And that's been really neat. It's something you can put on your social media to say, this is what I believe in, and I hope you do too.
Yeah. So I think that about wraps it up. Short video this week, but we will keep doing these every week on Fridays around 2 p.m. Eastern. So just turn on your notifications and make sure to let us know throughout the week. If you ever have any topics or anything, you can comment on one of our old videos. You can send out an email to info@standunited.org, and we're always looking just to talk about more things that you guys want to hear about. So just let us know, get involved, and keep tuning in with us for sure.
Definitely. Thank you so much for joining us. We're here with StandUnited, and we hope to see you next week.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.